In this video, I want to teach you everything you need to know to learn how to ride a dirt bike. What's up, Rad family? I'm Dakota Freeman, and welcome to the Rad Adventure Dude channel. It's going to be so important to learn how to ride a dirt bike in the safest way possible. The safest way to learn how to ride a dirt bike is going to be to wear the proper gear and to learn in a wide open area. The proper protective gear is going to at least be a helmet and a good pair of motocross boots. These two items are going to be crucial to keeping you safe when learning how to ride. And other things that would help you stay safe when learning how to ride are going to be like jersey and pants, gloves, goggles, knee pads. All this is going to provide you with more confidence on your dirt bike because you're wearing protective gear that's going to keep you safe when you're riding. So when we're learning how to ride a dirt bike, we need to know the 5 controls on a dirt bike. The 5 controls are going to be our throttle, our clutch, our gear shifter, and our front and rear brakes. These 5 controls are really how you master your dirt bike riding and become the best rider you can possibly be. The throttle is how we're going to get the bike accelerating and actually moving when we're riding our dirt bikes. The clutch is how we're going to actually shift up and down through our gears the smoothest way possible. Our gear shifter is the lever that we're going to use to actually shift up and shift down through the gears. And our front and rear brake is what we're going to use to actually bring the bike to a stop. So make sure that as you're learning how to ride that you master these 5 controls and make sure that you really get comfortable with using all of them. So as you're getting more comfortable with these controls, we also want to focus on our riding position when we're learning how to ride a dirt bike. If we learn how to ride a dirt bike with the proper riding position, it's going to transfer over into our riding later, and we're not going to have to think about it quite as much. We're naturally going to be putting our body where it needs to go at the right time. So let's go ahead and cover a little bit about our dirt bike riding position. The riding position that we want to be in when we're learning how to ride is going to be somewhere pretty central on the dirt bike. If you're new to riding, then sitting in the middle of the seat is a great place to start, as you don't really want to get too far forward and too far back whenever you're learning how to ride a dirt bike. Once we get a little bit more comfortable though, and we're learning how to shift our weight around, it's going to be important that we learn how to shift our weight forward whenever we're coming into a corner and shift our weight a little bit further back whenever we're going down a straightaway. Regardless of where we're shifting our body weight to, how do we want our body to be in the correct riding position? We always want to make sure that we're standing or sitting with the balls of our feet on the pegs. And we want to make sure that we're kind of sitting in the middle of the dirt bike seat and we can move forward or back if we need to. This just keeps us a little bit more centrally located and makes it easier for us to learn. So when we're sitting on our dirt bikes, we want to make sure that we're sitting kind of in the center of our seat and that our head is kind of more forward on the dirt bike over our handlebars. We always want to make sure that we pick our elbows up, as this is going to provide us with the best control over our handlebars. Once you get comfortable with this riding position, we soon want to learn how to stand up while riding our dirt bikes. Standing up while riding is going to make dirt bike riding so much smoother and really make it easier for us to go faster out on the tracks and trails. So learning the correct riding position and learning how to move our body weight around to give us more traction and control, and also learning all 5 of the dirt bike controls and really getting comfortable with them is going to be the most important things that we can do when learning how to ride dirt bike. So is this video already helping you? Make sure you like this video and drop some comments down below and ask me any other questions that you have. The next things we want to go over when learning how to ride a dirt bike is going to be our body transitioning. We need to learn how to transition from sitting down to standing up and make it very comfortable whenever we go through that. We want to make sure that when we sit down, we can stand back up again very quickly and not have to worry about going through that transition. We really want to practice this until it's very natural. And what we're going to do with this later in our riding is we're going to be standing up when we're coming into corners. We're then going to get into our corner and we're going to sit down and be able to get on our throttle and provide us with a little bit better throttle control coming out of the corner. As we're already accelerating out of the corner, we want to make sure to stand back up so that way any bumps that we hit are not directly affecting our bodies, and it's going to make our riding so much smoother. So learning how to sit down and stand back up whenever we need to is going to be huge to making us better on our dirt bikes. The next things that I want to go over are going to be a couple of things that we need to know about when learning how to use our brakes on our dirt bikes. So when we're first starting out, we really want to focus more on using our back brake just because our front brake is very aggressive. When I say our front brake is aggressive, all I mean is that we just need to be very comfortable with it before we really start hammering on our front brake. Our back brake is safe to use really whenever we're out on the tracks and trails, as long as you have the clutch pulled in to where when you use your back brake, it doesn't stall the dirt bike. An exception for this is going to be if you're going down a huge hill, then you actually don't want to use your clutch because this is going to speed your dirt bike up. You really want to use the gears to help slow the dirt bike down while using the back brake. Since you're going down a very steep hill, it won't matter that the back brake is used while the clutch is not pulled in, because if the bike for some reason does stall, it's going to restart itself by bump starting down this big hill. So that's the one situation that you wouldn't want to pull your clutch in when using the back brake, but any other time we want to make sure to pull in our clutch so we don't stall our dirt bike when using our back brake. When we start to use our front brakes, we want to make sure that we're very aggressive with our upper body and holding our front wheel as straight as possible. If the front wheel has a little bit of turn in either direction, it will actually lock the front wheel up, and that's going to put you on the ground. So to make sure that we stay as safe as possible, we're going to learn by using our back brakes, and then once we're ready to become faster on our dirt bikes and want to learn how to stop the bike faster, then we're going to focus more on our front brake to actually stop the bike in the fastest way possible. This is going to be so important because when we're learning how to use our brakes in these different ways, it's actually going to make us better when we're out on the tracks and trails, because we're going to know how to use these brakes individually and how they can help us more when we're riding our dirt bike. So the front brake is going to be what we use to stop the bike the fastest, and the back brake we're going to use more whenever we're learning how to stop the bike. Once we've mastered our braking and we're ready to move into the next part of this, we're actually going to learn how to use our gears combined with our brakes to stop the bike the best way we possibly can. So as you can see, there's a lot going on when we're learning how to ride a dirt bike, but I promise you, just stick with it and it's going to get easier with time. All you have to do is continue practicing these little fundamentals over and over until you don't have to think about it anymore, and it's naturally going to be instilled into your riding. Rad family, I'm so proud of you for getting better on your dirt bike and really investing into your dirt bike riding. If this video helped you out, make sure you like this video and drop some comments down below and ask me any other questions that you have. If you're still looking for more dirt bike riding tips, I'm always here. I've made a full dirt bike riding course over on my website that's going to walk you through being a complete beginner and take you to an advanced rider mastering the tracks and trails. You can also find all my rad merch over on the website as well. Make sure you hit the subscribe button that's right here and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future dirt bike riding tips. After that, you can watch my next video right here. Stay rad, and I'll see you guys over there.